Hey guys, Todd coming at you from the lake. We finally made it. I got a special video for you today. Stay tuned. All right guys, one special thing we need to do before we get out on the water is we need to get the oil changed in this Superjet. After all the mods that we done in the garage back home, I let this one slip me. I actually just caught it a week before I came down here in time to order what I needed to get it in, and I knew I was just gonna have to do it down here in the driveway. So guys, you need to change your oil. This ski, a year and a half ago, we done a 10-hour oil change, and I videoed that for you and went through the whole process of how to do that oil change. That's not so much what this video is about today. This is more about me talking to you and telling you about why you need to change the oil. I only got 14.9 hours on the ski with the oil that I put in it after the 10-hour break-in oil change, and the ski set for a year. It was out here in the snow at times, and then I took it home and it was in the garage for another whole year, so it didn't spend any winter time in snow or anything. But the point I'm trying to make is I always thought engine oil, if it's in the ground for millions of years, well, if that ain't got 14.9 hours of use on it, then that oil should still be good. But I was wrong. I got on the forums and looked, still didn't want to believe it, still didn't want to trust. So the reason you want to change it is over time, moisture will build up in that oil, and if you run that oil through there, then you could potentially have problems down the road, or start problems that will develop over time. I'm not saying you would have problems right then and there when you did it, but it's going to cause maybe some unnecessary things to start happening, and then maybe 2 years down the road, you know, where you didn't change that oil, maybe that was the reason. You don't really know why, if it was the reason, but it could be. So it's extra insurance to just change the engine oil. I mean, it's a whole lot cheaper to change that engine oil than to go take it to the shop and have it repaired. So that's what we're doing. That's why I'm discussing it with you. And I'll go ahead and I'll film the process again. I think I can do it better the second time. There was some things that I didn't do in the first one that I would do again, mainly the oil filter, getting the oil filter off, and you know, keeping from making a mess. I didn't make a mess the last time, but I had to use a whole roll of paper towels to get the oil filter out because of something I didn't do, simple, that would have just made it easy, just would have made it screw it off, and there wouldn't have been no oil come out of it and been no mess. But you know guys, I don't know what your opinions of this is. I'm sure there's other opinions on it about the engine oil. Maybe somebody say you're crazy, it's a waste of money to change the engine oil, and I totally agree. I'm on your side right there. I didn't want to believe it either, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do it. I mean, it's a brand new ski. I'm not going to take a chance. So guys, I hope you enjoy this one. I hope it helps you, and let's get started on this. So guys, like I was telling you, we got, let's see if you can see it right there. We got 14.9 on the shred meter, and going to start here, and we're going to get it out every hole just like we did the last time. We're over here at the crankcase and over here at the fuel hole. We're going to cipher it out. All right, guys, we're getting our siphon pump here back on. I'm gonna take this, stick it down the engine, and get the oil out of it. All right, guys, we're gonna get the crankcase hose off here. We're gonna start over here with this side first. I'm just gonna slide this down. Just pull that off of there, and then we're gonna go down that and start getting our oil. You gotta try to get to the bottom of it. You gotta feel around. Feel around for it. There it goes. See if we can get it running. All right, guys, got it draining. That oil looks pretty good, don't it? I mean, visually I can't see if there would be any moisture in it, but I just looked at Dad and I'm like, you know, it's probably a waste of time. And he just looked at me and, what'd you say, Dad?
Just to give you peace of mind, know it's done.
Yeah, just give you peace of mind. I mean, you got an investment like this, you know, you want to take care of it. It don't hurt to change the oil. I got more of a chance of it helping than hurting it, so why not do it? Now guys, I didn't start this ski, and there's a reason why I didn't start this ski. What's the point in me doing the oil change if I'm going to start the ski and warm the oil up to get it all out better? That's not what we're going to do. That defeats the purpose. Then that puts the oil through the engine. So we did this cold. It's hot out here today, so the oil, it ain't cold. So, I mean, it looks like it's flowing pretty good back there out of the Siphoner. So, what we'll do is, the purpose is, even if it don't get all of it out completely, just if there's a scratch of it in, it's better than leaving the whole thing in and running it. It's better to put that new oil in it, I mean, and run it. But we're probably going to get it all out, and we're going to measure it and see and find out if all of it comes out anyway without warming it up. So that's something else I asked, you know, about starting that engine up and running it to get the oil warm to help it get all of it out better. Now what I've done here is I've actually not went level on the ski. This hose goes down to the crank right here where it's at. It's not up here in the front. So what I did is I raised the trailer up a little bit, and Dad suggested it, and that way the oil will be moved back here where this is running oil at, and we potentially be able to get more of it. Now I could lower it back down to where the engine block's level, and you know, try to cipher some more just to make sure and see. But right now I'm gonna go with this and see how this works out. All right, guys, here's going to be another part of it I didn't show you on that first video. We're going to take a drill and make a hole in the oil filter. That's going to relieve the pressure when you go to unscrew it, make it easier to get off. Plus all the oil that's up in that oil filter, it will release that vacuum, and that oil will go down into the case, and you won't have that mess when you go to screw it off and try to flip it real quick. I mean, you might have a little bit of drippings, but not nothing like, you know, a whole amount of oil up in the oil filter. All right, guys, we're going to go in the yellow cap and cipher out. All right, guys, we're going to go in the yellow cap side and fuel cap side and see what we can try to get out of it. You got to feel around. This is the one that you got to feel around. It gives you a few more inches to go down. I should be at the bottom there because I done felt it give and let loose. Starting to get something. We do have some oil coming out. And like I said, this ski's leaned back a little bit so I can try to get that oil, and I will let it down. Yeah, we got some more oil flow coming through. Like I said, we have this ski jacked up in the front a little bit because both of these points are in the back part of the motor, not the front, not the middle. So I wanted all the oil to be back toward where I'm siphoning it from. After we get done, I'll let it back down level. All right, guys, like I was saying, I got this tilted back because both points that I'm draining this oil from, the motor, it's coming from the back part of the motor. After I get all the oil I can get drained out, I'm gonna let the tongue back down and level the ski back out and go back and hit these holes again just to make sure we cover everything. All right, guys, I lowered the tongue of the trailer down and we're level. Took the level, see if the ski was level. Now I'm just going to go back over everything and make sure we got all the oil out and it didn't run anywhere. So I've give it time to where it can run and roll wherever it needs to go if there's any in the bottom of it. All right, guys, I'm going to do the crank again. Like I said, we're level now. It'll be interesting to see if we get anything. I don't believe we will get any more out of this because it looks like when we done our last oil change, what we got in the container here, it looks about what we had before. But we're going to take a picture of it and make sure, which on this video, I'll have two side-by-side comparisons of the oil, so you'll see what come out and what went in. We do have some, well, I got some oil movement there. I don't know if it could be coming from that where we put the holes in the oil filter. It ain't a whole lot, but there was some that came out. Now I'm gonna let it get every bit of it. They still suds coming through there. I'm gonna let it come through. I'm gonna go back to the yellow oil cap side, see what I can get out of it. We did get some oil out of that crankcase side, so it'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of this. Ain't nothing wanting to come out, guys. I think we got it all. That wraps us up on the oil. Now we're gonna set this container over on the tote and let you see what we pulled out of it. I'll tell you, if you can't see the marks on it, I'll let you know what's on it. All right, here's our marks. That's exactly what we was a little under a gallon when we done that oil change. Today I got 4 quarts. I don't have a gallon, but anyway, the four mark is a gallon, and we're just a gnat hair above the 3.5 mark, and that's exactly where it was the last time. So we're gonna get started and put our oil back in our ski. I got to get the oil filter out first, but then we'll get the oil in. That's clean oil that's left, and here's what come out of the ski. Here's the 3 mark. It's the 3.5. It's at the 3.5. Here's the 4. We're about exactly where we need to be. All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to get our oil filter off. I got my paper towels, but hopefully there won't be as much oil in the oil filter this time since I put the holes in it. And I'm just gonna line down here underneath the bottom of the ski just to make sure no mess happens. That's why they tell you to put it on hand tight.
I don't trust that though. I hand tied it and put about another quarter turn on it.
Yeah. Might be able to get it off by hand now. Let's get this thing turned up real quick. Buddy, it was still a mess there anyway.
It wasn't as big as it was.
Yeah, it was. Let me get that siphon, see if I can suck some of that out. Did it suck it out? All right, guys, we're going to put our new oil filter on, and this is pre-lubricated. Plus, I got a lot of oil around that still yet. I don't need to put any oil on it, but it's pre-lubricated. Let me make sure I got the right oil filter. Make sure they sent me the 5G 134080. Same oil filter, so we're good. I'm assuming it wouldn't fit if it wasn't. I guess I just wanted to know before I put it on there. All right, I'll put it on hand tight as far as I can get it by hand, and then like Dad said, I'm a believer in it too. All right, guys, I'm going to get a quarter turn on this. Is that good, Dad, or one more?
Well, I do just a little bit more. That's good.
Right there. We got our oil filter on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting my oil in here. I'm gonna start with the oil filler cap. Dad put some started right here last time. We're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go straight to the yellow oil filler cap, and I'm not gonna mess with letting it run down the top of the motor or nothing like that this time. There ain't no point in doing that. So we know we got over 3.5 quarts of oil in this out over there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour 3 quarts, and when I get to that 4th quart, we'll start pouring slow and checking our dipstick. Start pouring it in here. If you was wondering, the ski's still level. I never jacked the front back up or anything. I do want to make sure the ski's level during this procedure. That's all that's first quart. All right, here we go with the 2nd quart. That's 2 quarts. All right, here's our 3rd quart. All right, guys, I got a little under 3 quarts of oil in it, just a shade under 3, and it got to the top of my fill line. So I put the cap back on it. We'll have to start it up and let the oil run through the system, and then start checking it and see how much we need to add. But I'm putting the quick connect on right now for the water. I'll start the motor first, and then I'll run over there and cut the water hose on. And when I shut everything off, I'll go cut the water off first and blow the water out, and then shut the ski off. Don't leave your water running with the ski off, because that'd damage your ski. So don't ever, always have your ski running before you turn the water on. And when you turn your ski off, make sure you got the water off and the water already blowed out of your ski. It's better to put this on before you put it on the hose, so that way you can screw it on easier. And then you just take your quick connect and I think it's in there. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start my ski up. Just let it run a second and cycle the oil through. I don't even think I'm gonna cut the water on for this. Everything's connected, everything's good to go. I'm gonna fire it up. First time it's been started in 2 years. I'll let the fuel injection kick in. All right, I'll leave it at that for right now. Now we start checking our oil. I'm gonna get our paper towel out. It's hard to see this oil on this yellow stick, so we're gonna try the method we did the last time we did this. Up here's full, this top ring, and that's low. Our operating range is here near the top of the stick. You can see that. There's our low mark. That's where the stick was at. We gotta get up to here, up toward here. But actually, in the oil field, I can see oil right there near the top. So I'm about scared to do anything, really. So I'm going toward 3.5 now. We're going toward 3.5 quarts right here. This is the 4th quart. I've started the motor and got it to go down. I just thought that it looked awful close to the top of the cap, but I'm afraid of overfilling. But it's showing I'm a little below the low marker now since I started it and let it run a little bit more. So we're gonna go easy right here and just see what we got. We're just gonna go real easy though. I gotta watch it because I made a mess a while ago. Let's see where I'm at. I'm right there right now. Not nowhere close. I need to be down to, I need to be a little bit below 16. So we gotta see if it'll take it. All right, we're at about 19 now. All right, we're getting there. Let me see where I'm at. Let me pull my funnel out and see. I'm getting close. All right, we're gonna take a measurement that's at 16. That's a 1/2 quart of this, so that'd be 3.5 quarts. According to that, we took a little over. I'm down to 1/2 quart. That's 3.5 quarts. According to that, I'm a little over that. Not much, just a smidge, but we're gonna go ahead and start taking some measurements and see, and make sure we're not overfilling, because we don't want to overfill. Whatever we do, we don't want to overfill. All right, guys, I got it full. Got it up to the engine, where the engine level is full. Show you what's left in the quart. Not a whole lot. Seems to me that I put a little bit more than I did the last time, but I did try to siphon more oil out. I spent more time getting every little drop of it out that I could, so it ain't a whole lot of difference probably than what I got out the last time. Had a little bit left in the bottom of the gallon jug of oil that I had the last time, and since this is a quart and it's all the way down to this second marker, I'm thinking that's probably a little less oil than what was in that gallon, because that gallon had about the same amount, but it's a gallon jug. It'd be a bigger area, so be a little more oil maybe. So I don't know what that equates to, but we'll see. But we'll go ahead and get this thing fired up, and I'll do one last oil check on it. I'll do one last oil check and see how she does. Had to cut the water on. It's running, so we're good now. Let's let it idle a little bit. Go over here and cut the water off, and then I'll cut the ski off. Guys, check oil one last time, see what it shows. All right, let's see what we got. Just put it in place, wrap it around. And then right there, I've not moved the stick none. That top mark is right there at the top of the stick, and you can see that we are full. Not going to add any more oil to it. It's right on the money, and I feel better now. that we've done that, and we know we're not running old oil out of the system. Go ahead and get our disconnect out. That's your disconnect. And then you just don't forget to put your cap back on. All right, guys, that's been Todd for the Jetski Jockey channel. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you learned something about why you change the oil every year, even if you don't have the amount of hours on your ski. It's because moisture can get into that oil and maybe do some possible damage. From what I seen when I took the oil out, from what I seen, I felt like I'm wasting my time doing this and spending money I don't need to spend. But, like I said, it's insurance, and it's cheap insurance compared to what it could be if it's real, if it is really what they're telling you it is. So it's just up to you which way you want to go on what you want to do with it. But give me a like and subscribe if it helped you. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you think it was BS me doing this. I mean, it may well been, and I'm not going to down you for it, because I still think it might be. And then for the ones that say I did what I was supposed to do, then that's fine too. But hey guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm ready to hit that water over there and see if I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. Dad says I can, but I guarantee it's going to be like starting over. I appreciate you, and stay tuned to the jet ski vlogs. And remember, total victory comes when you believe God's in total control. This has been Todd for the Jetski Jockey channel. We'll catch you on the next one. Over and out.